All right. Welcome to what I think is a historic day, the launch of CCD TV. Thank you for joining us here today. I'm with my teammate at Coreum Community DAO and co-host of the Superledger podcast, Articulate. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Chris. Just tying up a few loose ends here, but excited. CCD TV and also the Omniflix Media Node official mainnet launch. Historic day today, and looking forward to the celebrations and just participation and engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been running both of us took part in the testnet early phases of this infrastructure, but it is rolling out live, and I've been using it here. Well, I've had a stream going for 5 days, basically, and it's quite the feeling as a creator to have your content being streaming on the internet and computers off. You have no need to be in front of it managing it. You just set it and forget it, walk away. And I went out, enjoyed life. I was at the beach doing all kinds of things in that last 5 days, and of course I got to work too. But it was flawless. It just every time I clicked on there, it was rolling through the media assets I put aside to go on there, and amazing. It's been a great experience.
Almost like I set it and forget it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So as mentioned, I think it's a historic day for Coreum Community DAO, and I think also Omniflix as they roll this out to the public. It's only a matter of time before some large content creators. In fact, they just named one yesterday in the space that they had there uh, that find these tools and really appreciate what they can do as far as growth for their channel, their product, their community, and more importantly, just control of your content, having 100% control of your content and your revenue. We put a lot of time and energy into producing content, and to give 30-40% of your revenue to these middlemen, these platform providers for the pleasure of using their technologies. Times are changing, and Omniflix is putting the power back into the creator's hand, and we're excited to roll that out here today. A few things to get to before we get started here. The broadcast will go live after the stream here today. You might see it actually populated in the window as upcoming, so it will flip to that after we're done with the live stream here. Hoping to have some of the Omniflix team join us here today, and we're going to learn a bit more about what they're doing here. So, but before we get started, let's talk about Coreum Community DAO real quick. We're a validator on the Coreum network, and we've built a community around that, and we use the resources of the validator to build and enhance and bring value to the community and the Web3 space in general. And we've built a powerful foundation here early on in our 2-year history. But the tools like Omniflix are really helping us take that to the next level. The Coreum token has been successfully integrated into Omniflix now, so now you can token gate and list items and buy items and tip your content creators in native Coreum. And of course, there's many IBC chains available there too. And we're working hard at Coreum Community DAO. We've put a lot of time into this project that we're building, and we really want to see it grow. We have the CCD token now available for trading on Osmosis, and you can do that right out of your Leap wallet for trading with Coreum. And you're going to have a lot of ways to engage with these tokens on the Omniflix platform. We're hopefully going to be able to have Coreum Community DAO part of this platform, and our channels here also too one day. So I'll press a little bit on that here today as we get into it. But if you'd like to learn more about what we're doing, got a brand new shiny website that Marco revamped there. It's looking great, coreumcommunitydao.com. Of course, you can always head to our links in the bios of Articulate Knives, myweb3.me, and all our social media links are there too. And we encourage you to stop by and check out the opportunities there, the networking opportunities, if nothing else, that are there. Got a lot of powerful people, bright minds, and a lot of resources in this community to help take your project community to the next level. So today we want to get out the message. What can this do for you? So if we've left you with any questions, uncertainties, please ask. That's so that the comments are here. We should be streaming on live on YouTube and X also. I have to verify that yet, but
Yes, yes, we are.
everything's looking good. Doesn't look like I got YouTube going. Are we going on X? Has anybody verify that? Might want to fix that before we go here. So just 1 second. I'm going to play us a quick little video here and see if I can get this sorted. What is this one here? All right. So everything does seem like it's going there, no problem at all. So we should be streaming on X and YouTube, and of course, Omniflix.tv. That's where we're here to party and celebrate today. So yeah, drop some comments there. Let us know everything's going good on your end out there. Sounds up and nice. Should There we go. Yeah, I see Dane was here. Aldane was here earlier, checking in. Thanks for stopping by. If we leave you some value here today, please hit the like, share, drop us a comment, question below. Don't want to leave anybody uncertain on what they can do with this product here today. Still waiting for the Omniflix team to stop by here today. But we got lots to talk about. Articulate has a channel on this platform too, doing his thing on there, and a lot of value there too. We can talk about that real quick and see what you're doing with it as opposed to what I'm doing with it. Two different things, but same time we're both trying to bring value to our communities.
Thank you, Chris. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, real good. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been waiting for this feature because I don't go live a lot, say on other platforms, but I'm in Web3 and blockchain, and I love what Omniflix has been building. And when I heard about the fact that they'll be having a feature that allows you to stream on chain, that got me curious. So to see that we're here today at the actual launch, mainnet launch of that's a big milestone in not just my life, but in just the blockchain industry in general. Like this is a huge achievement, and it will, pretty much set the standard going forward into the future of what streaming on chain or broadcasting on chain can look like. And what I'll be using it for pretty much is more the broadcasting side, where I'll be, curating content behind the scenes. We learned in the last space of Omniflix that they are going to be updating to allow programming, so you could have time slots throughout the day where you could throw content in each slot. So okay, every whenever you could schedule content now. So if you have something that plays daily at a certain time, you could actually schedule that ahead. And those things are exciting for me because now you could offer a variety. You could have themed days or themed hours, or themed weeks, and you could actually customize for what is happening. So say for instance we have the crypto week, you could have a crypto themed content provision for that week, and so forth. So I'll be using it to pretty much broadcast a lot of my media in terms of music, and also educational material from wherever. I'm in the Coreum community. We have a lot of content we create at the Coreum community DAO, and also other interviews that I've done, other live presentations I've done. So all in one. I'm also contemplating throwing a few travel experiences in there too. So you get a nice mix for whatever your taste buds is. So that's pretty much the initial use case, building a community around that. And also with Omniflix, you can actually build something where you can reward your community in real time. You have your export, you hit your export, you get the CSV file, and all your people that support you. You could just give them a gift to say thank you, or include them in upcoming rewards that you may be having. So, or exclusive content, that no one else has, or customized content. So it broadens the use case of media, and also blockchain and media together. So that's what I like about this, and it's kind of feeling like living in the future, but actually experiencing it now. So that's my experience so far with the media node.
Yeah, you bet. And obviously, I have my own content that I create, and put have a need for a platform like this, but it's I'm doing it under the Coreum Community DAO umbrella of the channel, because they're going to be providing us the media node infrastructure one day. Right now it's just rolling out, releasing that infrastructure off of node providers. But the goal of Coreum Community DAO is to actually be that node provider, not just for me, not just for Articulate, but for our community. So as it's starting out here today, Coreum Community DAO channel is going to stream like 24/7. So excited after the show here today, the interview here today. The broadcast will go live, and community members have contributed their content, their music, their ideas that I can just populate into the stream. So it's just a great way to engage with your community, to let them be part of the show. And the use cases that come to mind from that in itself, to me, is huge. And then also, obviously, I love music as much as most people, and for as far as a musician, I'm not a musician, but specific use cases for that are obvious to me too. So really excited to roll this out here. I do see a couple questions coming in here now. Maybe we'll get to those before the team gets here real quick. Dane says how to find the Omniflix app. That's available. I'm on Android, so that's available in the App Store. Android. Articulate, I think you're possibly on Apple. Is that on the Apple App Store there?
No, 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 they haven't launched Apple as yet. They're still working on it.
There you go, guys. Pays to be on Android. But yeah, you can get it on the App Store there. And then I see another question here from John Doe. So this platform's available in the App Store on Android. Apple Store, no, we've determined. If so, how do I connect my Leap wallet? Well, that part's really easy. Once you're on the platform, there is a button there to connect. Let's do that here real quick. Let me just share my screen, and let's grab this one. There we go. Okay, so this is a dashboard when you come to Omniflix.studio. And so you can see there's my NFTs, my assets. I'm already connected to my wallet here, but in this top corner, if you weren't connected, it would say, connect wallet. So any Cosmos-based wallet can be done. But here's something new. I'm actually going to record and demonstrate a tutorial on how to start a channel on Omniflix. I started doing that last night, started getting the content ready for that. So you will see a new channel on Omniflix called Nomadic Phase 2. That is my travel and photography, I guess, collection that's about to go live on there. But I'm doing it also just to document the process of starting a channel. So I can tell you firsthand, I used the email sign up to start a channel last night. So no Web3 wallet, just hit sign up with email. It creates the wallet for you. You don't have to mess around with the keys and all that if you don't want to. There's definitely a process to allow you to do so. Should you want to do that and get your keys in your custody and all that, for sure. But the point is, you can just fire it up with an email address, get going. The only thing, obviously, you still have to fund your wallet. You're not moving any transactions without any Flix tokens. That is the gas for the platform. Obviously, I had wallets with Flix tokens, so it's pretty easy for me to send a few over to that new wallet. But that was it. I was actually really impressed on how easy it was to set that up as far as the email address.
Yeah, don't forget the fee grant. So you could actually get initial grant from the Omniflix Foundation to kind of get you started on your journey as well.
Yeah, no problem. So he says, when I go to Omniflix on my Leap browser, everything is so slow for me. Not sure it's my connection, but it isn't very smooth. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not too sure what browser you're using. Maybe that's a factor. Mine works pretty good. I'm pretty bogged down with streaming and everything. So, yeah, maybe there's some set points there that have to be worked out. And I have another question here. We'll wrap up the questions so far. Can you get Flix tokens on Pulsera or where? Great question.
That's a good question, right?
Yeah, it's not the easiest token to get, but you can get it. Honestly, if you got a Leap wallet, I've just been swapping out of there, but you got to watch. It gets slippage gets up there if you try and buy too many. But they are on a couple exchanges. The team will be here shortly to address maybe those more specific questions on that. Articulate, what's your trick to find Flix tokens?
Flix token, I just use my Cosmo based wallet and do a swap. So once you have any other asset in there, you could just do a quick swap to Flix and you're on your way. If you're using a centralized exchange, you could always get any Cosmo based token. You could probably just get USDC on Osmosis or any other network that is Cosmo based. Send it to your wallet like Leap, Cosmo Station, and so forth, or Kepler, and then you could just do a swap. That's pretty much my fastest route to getting some Flix tokens.
Excellent. I think that we'll touch on that a little bit later when the team comes up here. And there we go. I think we got Sisla's just joining us here. Let's make sure he's ready to go. We'll get him up here right away. But yeah, we are here. We are here to address any questions, help you learn and understand what the value is of the Omniflix project here today. That's my main mission here today is to hopefully demonstrate and show what can be done with this platform for a creator, a musician, whatever your niche is, NFT artist validator. We're going to talk about, things that, if you're just just running a validator, how important it is to engage your community, tools to engage your community. You can stake right from an interactive video, things like that. So a lot of things to talk about here today, and we'll definitely get into it here right away. Sisla, are
Yeah,
you with
no, they
us?
said just give them a few minutes. They're getting
Oh, you
together.
just give them a minute. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, appreciate that. Articulate. So yeah, we can go look at the dashboard here real quick, and then I'll give some context of what we're going to talk to. Sorry, I got to look up at the sky. My second monitor is huge and above my head here, but
It looks like he's on.
yeah. Oh, it's just says, oh, hey, here we go. We got team showing up. Excellent. So yeah, real quick, we'll go through this and we'll get Sisla on here. You see, you got your dashboard, asset library. You can see the media node assets that are populated there, and channels. You see the Coreum Community DAO channels there, and you got your videos. Oh, I better not mess around here. Might be trying to do too much with all my screens. But nonetheless, here's your streams. That's what we're working on here today. We're running on the stream here. You can see its destinations are set to Omniflix, YouTube, and X. And the broadcast, that's the other window you see opening. The broadcast that's going to go live after the live stream's done here today. That has a bunch of,
It's crazy, right? You can do both, broadcast
yeah,
and stream.
I know. And
Nice.
it's that's going to have a bunch of curated content that I put in there that it's just going to go on autopilot. After this stream's over, I'm going to hit the broadcast button. Can hang around in the comments and just interact with the people in the comments, or walk away, go to the beach. It's kind of how I like to spend a little bit of every day. So yeah, it's amazing. Here's your destinations that you can set up. For now, obviously, these are my main ones: X, YouTube, and Omniflix. And you can run your campaigns, your contracts there. Your channel's basically a contract. As you can see, Coreum Community DAO contract there. And the media nodes, these are the two nodes that I'm currently leasing to enable this powerful presentation here. So that's a quick rundown of the dashboard. I'll be putting up some videos in the days ahead, like I said, how to go from 0 to 1, or as Omniflix likes to say, for content creators, $0 to $100. That's what we're going to demonstrate. I'm going to start a brand new YouTube channel, and we're going to see how long it takes me to get up to $100 in tips.
Let's
Because I
go.
can tell you, as I've been on YouTube for, I don't know, coming on 3 years plus now, hundreds of thousands of hours of views and clicks, and hundreds of videos I've put up. And my official YouTube earnings to date in total, $127. And that's after a lot of work and time put in it. They own all my content. They decide what goes up, what doesn't. They decide what gets monetized. And out of that $127, I've received, wait for it, zero, not a penny, not 1 cent.
It's almost
So
like it's their tube, not your YouTube, right? It's not
yeah,
your
exactly. Yeah,
tube.
they're kindly holding my money for me till they deem it appropriate to send it my way.
You're staking it. You're
So
staking it.
yeah, so you can look on the panel there. Coreum Community DAO channel has already received well over $400 in tips just from the little bit that we've done here on the Omniflix channel in the last year or so. And I appreciate everybody in the community for supporting that and what we're doing. And out of those tips, Omniflix received zero, not nothing, zero. The transaction fee, I guess, if you want to call it that, I mean, a fraction of a penny. But 100% of those tips already in my wallet, just sitting there. Some of them have been restaked, and they're earning APY just being restaked.
So it's the
But
other way
more,
around with Omniflix, right?
the value's in my pocket already. That's what counts. And so yeah, that's what we're going to demonstrate with this channel. I know Articulate's got his channel. He's doing things his way to demonstrate the powerful tools. But I see Sisla is here. appreciate them joining us here today from the Omniflix team. We got Daya here too. Awesome. So yeah,
Nice.
we got the brains behind the machine here, guys. So if you got questions, today is the time to answer them. We want to get you on this platform. Once you're here, you're going to understand the value. You're going to see, what you can do, and you're going to have your own ideas, probably beyond what I'm even thinking of. The point is, we got to get to the point where you can see what's here, understand what you need to do to get here, and start benefiting from it. So, without further ado, Sisla, Dale, welcome. Thank you for joining us here today. Let's get you up on stage here. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. There we go. Excellent. Let's pull the screen share off of there. There we go. How you doing, guys?
Hey, great.
Hi,
Welcome,
Chris.
Sisla.
Doing very well. Thank you. How are you?
Real good, real good. Excited to be here. You guys missed it at the start there, but to me, this is a historic day for Coreum Community DAO and our community, and hopefully a historic day for the Omniflix team too. You guys put a lot of work into this platform. I've been following you guys for the last year and a half, 2 years at least here, and seeing the progression, and I see where you guys want to go, and amazing to see that we're here. Media nodes are live and being leased. I didn't have to get your permission, didn't have to get you to hold my hand, just went out and did it. And it's amazing. Really excited. So I just want to take this time, just to thank you guys for everything you do and the support that you give Coreum Community DAO channel, and enable us to do this here today.
Definitely. Thank you, Chris. And also, should thank you for being a power user along with Articulate and Scott. Right from January, when we had the closed beta testing going on, and all of it was being organized at full scale. We've had quite the testing during the last 6 months, and today here we are after FrameFest, after everything that has been integrated with the channel suite 2, with the media node here, and yeah, like you said, you were able to permissionlessly lease the media node and start using the infra.
Nice. Daya, welcome. It's good to see you again. We've all met several months ago when some other features became live, so it's good to have you guys back. And we've answered a few questions to the best of our ability so far here today. As mentioned, we are streaming on multiple platforms. We got quite a few people tuning in various places. Please ask any questions that you have while we have the team here. You're not going to find anybody smarter to answer questions about this platform here. So this is your chance. Let's get it done. First ones was how do you get Flix tokens? I started a channel last night. I'm going to document my journey, and it was easy for me. I had some Flix tokens in another wallet, just shot them over there from one to the other. Very impressed with the email startup, though. That was slick. I was up and running with a new channel in no time, just off the email. But once the user's there, how do they get some Flix tokens in their wallet to get started?
Yeah, I'll quickly take this one. Currently, it's Osmosis. On multiple apps, we have the Get Flix button. You can click that. It will be, of course, redirected to Osmosis, which is a decentralized exchange, and you can trade any of your Cosmos-based tokens for Flix. That is one. The other way would be to use platforms similar to Squid Router or Go.Cosmos.network or Go.Skip.build to be able to swap any token, be it ETH or USDC on Solana or any token, right to Flix. So yeah, quite a lot of ways, and of course, in-wallet swaps have been pretty popular as well. The swaps that you have within wallets similar to Kepler, Leap, Cosmos Station, and XD5 wallet, and some of the others would definitely help you get Flix in a much more easier way.
Awesome. And another question we had, I'm on Android, so I've been seeing the app for some time here. Easy to find your way to. What's the status with the app on Apple for everybody?
Yeah, it is happening. We are live on test flight. The beta testing is going on. We are in sync with Android. There are a few more things to iron out before we can actually release. But we've been using the app for a while, and from a functionality standpoint, we're there. From an experience standpoint, from a publishing the app standpoint, like the accounts and getting it sorted with Apple, that's where we are at. That is where we'll have to get things sorted. Yeah.
So is there going to come a time, like I'm used to using the dashboard, I had it up here earlier, is there going to come a time as a content creator I'm going to be able to do all of that from my app, away from my laptop or portions
Yeah.
thereof?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. There, please.
No, no, no. Definitely, you can do everything from the laptop and push the content to the medium mode and live streams, publish to YouTube. You can pretty much think like the finished product from your Adobe Premiere Pro and any other studios that you use can straight up be published and maintained from the up. So yeah.
Yeah. And if you're very specifically looking at what's in store for the mobile app, super app, it'll start off with Omniflix TV, where the consumption experiences will go mobile first. That is what we have on Android also, and the same will happen on iOS. Next up, it'll most likely be features around the marketplace that are focused on community engagement, less of trading, but those aspects will be there as well. Then finally, we have what is the studio experience, where you should be able to manage your entire channel and maybe the media node itself, right, using your mobile app. So that is the roadmap for the Omniflix Super App. But at the same time, it's a step-by-step process, and usually some of these things people are more comfortable with doing on a laptop than on a mobile phone. But say once you have a broadcast running or have your own CCD TV broadcast running, then you can manage it on mobile. So things like those will be assessed and prioritized before anything. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So I can have my broadcast going. I can be out on the run and do a video, using my mobile device and just integrate that into my broadcast from abroad. So yeah, that's awesome. Perfect. That's good to
Yeah.
hear. Um, Articulate and I had some chance to talk before you guys got here today about why we're using how we're using it, but in your guys' words, like what's the purpose of your media stock that you've built here? I see it as something a bit beyond just an app to do content on. In your words, like what is the value that this Omniflix brings to a content creator or developer?
Yeah. I'll let that take this one.
Yes, sure, definitely. As of now, as you could see, right, you can technically, first manage your content, bring the content, organize it, and then you can either run broadcast as of now, and then soon, as sister said, with the mobile apps and on both iOS and Android, since Android is already live and iOS is about to be, we make sure that the content that's published on TV is accessible via mobile, and consumption becomes easier. Step one, because yeah, not everyone would be interested in browsing content on browser. Every time they want to look something that's published. So we're bringing much convenience there. And then with the medium node, there is a lot of planned, evolution. Definitely, this is the first step. As you could see, it's permissionless; anyone can deploy. But yes, some of the content is still, being on private for developers to deploy it with caution as of now, because we haven't fully listed it in public, which we're doing right now, and maybe as we go forward, we'd be making it public and everyone could participate as they want to. But definitely not everyone would be allowed, because imagine there is a case where someone uses not much great infra but gives you poor experience. So those kind of things we don't want to have as an experience in Omniflix. So as you could see right now, we've onboarded some of the validators that we already validate, and slowly we'll expand the validation set for the not validation, I would say, then a medium node set for everyone to participate. Definitely, there will be low-level entries for public users as well. Yes, as we move forward, as we grow and we onboard more creators and more content. Yes, the expansion of the set, slowly make sure to accommodate new users. Then after that, we'll be making sure to launch pooled resources. What happens is right now when you're streaming live stream through your media node, you're technically using your media node as both live streamer or encoder, and at the same time, users who are watching on TV are also directly consuming from the media node. So technically, it's a full suite that runs live stream that lets users watch the broadcast. So imagine that you can technically use the full media node, connect it to your own web app soon or later, and then run your own full um, mobile app or maybe web app that helps you monetize in ways that you want to. So technically that's sovereign side, but on the resource side, pool resource side, as I said, definitely people who are running media nodes can also participate in pool resources where some of the storage can be put up to CDN, some of the CPU RAM can be put up to encoding jobs. Because not everyone that wants to just convert a file or stream necessarily doesn't need to have a media node, but can run them on the fly. So that's an idea as well. So we are making sure it's you can use fractionalized resources instead of just using media node, full media node, but at the same time just distribute streams or content without any buffering issues by the pool resources. What happens is when you're streaming from a media node, then imagine Articulate running a pool resource, Abhishek and I running a pool resource. We connect to your node and we'll serve or relay the content to the nearest location that anyone is looking forward to. So you might be serving from US, Articulate might be serving from Europe, Abhishek might be serving from Asia, I might be serving from somewhere South Am. So this could be the setup, and then someone watches from any of these regions will be connected to the nearest media node. They'll relay the content from your US server. So this makes sure that the latencies, buffering issues, and all of these are solved, which we think is pretty important when we're trying to serve larger audience and the experience needs to be smooth. So yeah, we'll be releasing a lot of details on the pool resources as we move forward. But yes, we are very excited for the permissionless media node launch, which we have been looking forward for a while, and definitely looking forward to work with creators to use make sure it's more battle tested in public, and at the same time add features or fix things that makes you have a good experience.
So as far as scaling that, so one thing that I was wondering as a user, I actually have 3 nodes tied up right now. So I have one for my broadcasting, one for the live stream that we're doing here now, and then I started a second channel, as I mentioned earlier, Nomadic Phase 2, that I needed another node for. So I'm just one guy, and I'm using up 3 of the nodes that are available. So as this scales, how does that get addressed? And is there going to be a way, I guess, to so that my live stream and broadcast doesn't have to be on a separate node, or is that just like how that has to happen?
So yeah, I'll just take over that. See, it's like this because media node primarily uses resources like CPU, storage, and RAM. It technically can run multiple streams. It technically can run multiple streams. That's not a problem. But the problem is with the current setup or the current hardware that we are accepting. It's primarily helps you run a broadcast and at the same time stream to at least minimum of 100, which we have tested on a live setup a couple of days ago. It would even serve, I would say, 200 to 300 easy users while streaming. If in case if a user is willing to run multiple broadcasts and on the same infra, then it depends on the kind of infra they're leasing. So, for example, if you're leasing 8 CPU, 16 GB RAM, yeah, definitely it runs a single broadcast in 1080 and at the same time serve some of the users. Imagine if you're leaving a node that is 16 GB and as a 16 core and 32 GB RAM with a TB of storage, then definitely you can run 2 streams with serving at least 400, 500 real-time users. Because of which we have put first limitations such that you would understand the stack, and you would understand the whole of stack how it works. Maybe in the near future, yes, we'll help you have will help the creators to have run multiple broadcasts depending on the kind of CPU they're using, which uses the pooled resources for live streaming. Then we'll remove the streaming from users will put the streaming onto the pool resources. Like as I said, the streaming won't happen from your server, but articulate Abhishek and my server. That way, your server can run two broadcasts or do multiple other jobs like encodings or things like these. So yeah, there are possibilities, multiple stream possibilities, but making sure that the stack is slowly being tested and at the same time opening up limitations and creators understand all of it for them to see how they could put to use.
Thank you there. Sitzler, what's going on, man? I have a question for you. So I know recently you guys announced the partnership with Mango Indian Films, and tell me more about that and what that implies for the future of the usage of the media node in terms of use cases.
Yeah, very glad that you asked because, you know, to be honest, until now, we've battle tested the media node within enterprises. Now, for the enterprises, this solved a key problem where they were able to, like, upload all their assets to a server that they own, which was extremely important for, especially for media companies, right? And if that is like one use case, once they upload it, they were able to then like tag all those assets. They were able to like make sure that the metadata was in place, and then they were able to publish it again, like you guys, how you're running a broadcast right now. They were able to run this, and this was a while back, right? Like we've yeah Daya, we've celebrated what is like multiple anniversaries of this tech being implemented, and it has like from a script to this being a decentralized piece of infrastructure, it has traveled quite far, right? And in that process, we were able to like package this in ways where media companies were able to use this directly. So hence when we say this is battle tested, it was battle tested within enterprises that had this need to not just store content but also to distribute and deliver it, right? So that was done earlier, and what we're doing right now is we gave them the ability to not just run their server and distribute it, but also additional fine grained control. Hello, yeah, am I
Yes,
audible?
yes, it's
Yeah, we
all
can
good.
hear you.
Yes. Okay. So we were giving them this fine grained control where they were able to like schedule content exactly at to be played at or aired at a precise moment, right? That was the programming part. So that is pending release in the Web3 world, if I can say that, because in the enterprise world it has already been released by us and it has been in good use, right? So these enterprises, they need this ability to run a TV channel like linear stream. Why? There's there are many things that they do to optimize the content distribution. The most important thing here is discovery. If in this case Indian Films, that is the channel that was onboarded with over 6.5 million subscribers, and they play Indian movies from across regions. So if this is movie content, they were able to like use this content, use older content that they have, make sure it surfaces up in the TV channel like broadcast, where people don't need to search. They're presented with content just like how you present Web3 content and music in your stream articulate, right? We experimented that during FameFest. So those were things that even these guys experiment with their own copyrighted content. And yeah, the first broadcast went live. This is a huge studio. They have over 18,000 hours of content. We've been working with them for quite some time now. And yeah, again, all I can say is this is the first broadcast that went live. And what it says about our stakeholders. It says quite a lot, right? Like it represents the fact, or it demonstrates the fact that hey, this at this level, the infra can be used. Now, as a creator, there's definitely no reason not to use this, right? Or I know, there can be multiple factors, but it levels a playing field between the tech that's accessible by an enterprise and the tech that's accessible by a creator. Imagine running three nodes together, like how Chris is doing right now, and that is full scale infra being used by a single creator, and that is the power that anyone has, and each to their own, right? So yeah, definitely says quite a lot about our stakeholders and the level at which this infra can serve, and perform, deliver, and also the level of infra that is accessible to even an independent creator full scale media suite, full stack media solution that's available to them.
And what advantages would that present to whether you're just a little guy like me or a full media house to use this infra in a decentralized way as opposed to the traditional centralized way? Is there an actual advantage? Like what's their benefit to making a transition? So I imagine for a larger media house, that's a big change. For me, it's pretty easy to decide where I want to throw my videos at on a day-to-day basis. But for a big organization, I imagine that's a big transition to go from the way they're used to doing things to this. So what advantages are going to push them to do that?
Yeah, I'll just start off and probably then hand it over to the, in simple words, right? Like this, the sovereign nature of this infra offers that advantage. Like I mentioned earlier, like, a couple of minutes earlier, the media organization wanted to run infra, or rather wanted to store their media in a place that they know is safe, first, where, their content is not lost, their content is not like, leaked, right? And so on and so forth, right? Of course, a lot of things are directly accessible on YouTube, but in some sense, as an enterprise, they want to protect their IP, and this sovereignty in itself is like a great feature. Now, how are they sovereign in this case, right? Uh, we have ways in which they can stay sovereign and ways in which this infra can be implemented. At this point in time, how are they using this infra? They're using this infra through us, as an organization. So it is not a media node that they go to Omniflix market and lease, but this is a media node that we implement at the enterprise itself. So this is what you call managed service when you go ahead and deal with enterprises, right? So we are making sure that this infra that we manage for them is owned by them, right? And there are like SLAs, service level agreements, and so on and so forth. So that is one side of the story for enterprises. Here, why do they need it to be decentralized? Yes, the sovereignty is one, but in the case of a stakeholder like an independent creator or anyone that wants to probably run an event, right? Like a 3-day event conference, they can lease an ultra powerful server, just run the event, and then be done with the lease, right? It's that simple. And all of this infra being accessible for only 3 days, there's nowhere else, right? Like even Google Cloud, you probably have to you'll have to set up all of this infra rather than just click a single button and lease, and so on and so forth. So multiple use cases like that. So
Yeah, that's great.
exactly.
I demonstrated that myself just with, like I said, starting a new channel up. I needed the node so I can, set it up and move some files around and make sure everything's how I like it. But, I didn't need to rent it for 2 months, right? I just needed it for a couple hours, just to make sure everything's working. I know when I actually go to use the channel, that might be another week before I get back there. That I can just pop on and lease my node for the time I need. Obviously, Coreum Community DAO, I plan on using this 24/7, 365. So, I'm buying my Flix tokens and stacking them up because I'm going long on this one. But yeah, just for a casual user, you don't have to worry about all of this infrastructure, paying for it in the downtime. Figuring out how to utilize it when you're not. Whereas as an organization, Community DAO, we have different ways that we can, manage and utilize that infrastructure, because we have it 24/7. So that's what's great about this. It's anybody can use it however they like and only pay for what they actually need to use. Dave, is there anything you want to add to that? You're muted there, Dave.
Yeah, there is no compulsion as such, for you to lease a month. It's not restricted as such. It's fully flexible, and you can lease in hours, days, and things like these. So it's pretty much like, whatever you pay in case, for example, if you took it for a month and there might be a problem with the media node, and in case there could be issues which are not related to you. In that case as well, it refunds your fund. It doesn't take away the money that you already put into the media server, which is spent minute by minute based on the settings configured while leasing it. So it's almost safe for creator to assume that you won't be leasing any malfunction media notes and paying to creator where you won't use it. At the same time, you can lease it for as much as time you want and run streams or broadcast as you wish. Yeah, I know with features like slots and rest of the things that's coming for broadcast, you can pretty much run like a TV station, that we're using for the studios, as Krishna said, where you can run a 1 hour slot with music, 1 hour slot with comedy clips, 1 hour slot with just songs, something like these, and you can plan your real-time live streams as well from a studio by pausing the existing stream and going live, and then again run generic content that might engage users. So yes, all of these features are being tested as of now we speak, and they'll be released soon for everyone to run 24/7 online broadcast with dynamic configuration. So slots and advertisements, overlays, lower thirds. I think you'd imagine how you run a broadcast. On the top left, bottom, top right, all the corners you could manage pretty much how you want with dynamic logos, dynamic overlays, and all of these. It pretty much feels like running a broadcast. And with the current studio, as you could see now, it's very straightforward. You go click a couple of buttons and it's live, and you don't do anything as much with slots and the dynamic programming that's about to come, you pretty much do the same. You can configure dynamic slots with dynamic programming. For example, if you have a bunch of music, then you can automatically curate from the music tags and things where you don't need to manually sit down and arrange them. If you have the kind of energy, you can arrange them as you do on an FPC or FCP or Adobe Premiere Pro, like the layers and everything. You can do that by placing bugs in between programs or overlays on top of the programs and all of these. So it's like you can sell advertisements on top of the real estate that you have. So you can talk to someone persistently saying that, bro, I'll do a live stream every week and I'll place a low one and I'll run something like this. Would you be interested? Yes, that's possible for creators to use such broadcasts and make sure that they engage their audience at the same time, make sure to earn revenues. So that's one side of dynamic programming, and yeah, then we are doing AI integration testings as well as if we speak. So we might release something for workflows that's there, like NA10 and something like these. Imagine like a pluggable Lego block where you do something with a media file, download it to Omniflix, and then send it to YouTube or send it to somewhere. It's like a pluggable Lego block that might function as well. So the use cases are many, but just we have to make sure to choose one by one that helps creators to do more with what they already have. So yeah, assets, live streams, in AI use, content, imagine all of these. So there is unlimited possibilities for creators to do with the integrations that there are, but yes, it's slowly rolling out one by one that helps them take advantage on top of their existing workflows.
Oh, that's amazing, and um, I like the ideas that I have for these use cases. It's unlimited, and I'm hoping we're inspiring some out here today. Iman asked, "Is there a video that shows all the sections of the studio and how each section works?" Um, I'm going to do my best. Like I said, I'm going to be documenting, starting a new channel, and kind of going through the whole flow. The team, they might have some links there. They're more than welcome to share and discuss those here if they have their own, of course. But I just say in short, just stick to omniflix.tv and you're going to see all
Yeah,
the information you're going to find as needed there. But
Yeah,
exactly.
I did post the link. It should pop up soon, but I did post the link on from Omniflix that RJ did a couple of tutorials. There's an ongoing stream, 24 hours, that shows the different sides of Omniflix and how to use them.
Yeah, there are guides that have been created by the team as well, official guides, and they are shared independently with creators, and they'll be posted publicly very soon. Yeah,
I will say, as I started playing with this, and every idea. Oh, I wish I could do this, or maybe if we could just do that. And I just love it. I said my crazy ideas to you guys, like, oh, is this possible, or when's this possible? And like, yeah, we already know about that. We're already working on it. Don't worry about it. So, and the one thing I could say, you guys are consistent. You keep dropping the updates, and obviously everybody like the full package right off the get go, but it's just a continual, steady progression. That there's not a month that goes by, I don't think, where Omniflix doesn't drop something that excites me and it's like, oh, I got a new shiny toy to play with here again, and it's a nice feeling to have as somebody just involved in the ecosystem. But as you're saying, like the features that they're coming, what's the best way for users to give that feedback, I guess, to you guys, like use cases and features that are needed?
Yeah, I'll probably take that quickly. Telegram is the best way. Discord, participating in the community, be it on Twitter, be it on Discord or Telegram. That is one. Another aspect to this would be in app going forward. So most things would be right within the app. We are you know thinking again, redefining the way we look at studio, TV, market, apps. In some sense, a SaaS app, whatever funnels a SaaS app would have, we will most likely incorporate, use the best of both worlds, make sure we implement web to understanding, and then go ahead and deliver. So it'll be in app, it'll be external on social platforms, but definitely, our efforts with Flixtalk, our efforts with weekly AMS by the Flix fanatics, right? All of these are ways to connect and engage with the community. Definitely, Omniflix TV will be a single source of truth for everything happening within the Flixverse, and especially the Omniflix channel on Omniflix TV, as well as some of the other channels, like you guys mentioned, Coreum Concepts, Articulate. We've seen you guys publish videos, share details about your learnings. So definitely, Omniflix TV in itself would also be a source, but maybe not for like feedback, but mostly to understand what's going on.
Nice, and some feedback I gave when we were doing the test net on FrameFest with the nodes was just trying to understand the node provider that you're using, the metrics, and you guys again said, don't worry, we're working on that. You're going to see it when it goes live. Settle down, and sure enough, he came out and it's a great tool to really understand the node that you're providing, because they do vary. You can now easily look at the dashboard and say like, hey, what's the difference between these nodes? What do I want to lease? Sometimes it's the difference is the price. Everybody can set their own price for that infrastructure, so it varies somewhat. What are as a new creator coming to the platform? What should they be looking for when they go to that node section and determine what node that they would like to lease?
Yeah, I'll share my thoughts. Maybe Dak can later share his thoughts. So the thing is, as soon as I come down to the Omniflix.market media nodes tab, I would definitely look at, how much CPU, how much RAM, and how much storage a node has. Varies, what node I lease varies based on a lot of things. It can be price, but price is not the only factor. Like we discussed, if it's an event that needs high, like just for 3 days, if it needs a lot of infra, it might be mostly focused on CPUs and RAM versus storage, right? If it is, a broadcast, right, they might be focused on storage, right? So there are multiple ways, but maybe I'll let that take this one as well. They're like, how would you select a media node? On what basis would you select a media node?
Yeah, I mean, definitely currently seems because the configuration is pretty much same between most of the media nodes. But otherwise, there is only one guy who has good CPU and RAM. You can see the validators. So I've been leasing that node for like almost more than 3 days, and it's been pretty good compared to the other nodes, because I too ran a couple of streams, one is broadcast, one is live stream, to test how the node infrastructure is being doing. And yeah, my surprise, obviously, better RAM and better storage. I mean, better RAM and better CPU. It does much better, faster processing. So I think the wireless mode, because of the capabilities, it'll maybe stream to 500 easy, 500 so users easy at the same time while encoding. So that might be the case where I'd look into a higher configuration from having more number of users that streaming in real time while I'm encoding. So that would be something I'd look into to make sure the server doesn't crash and at the same time has higher configurations. So we have a base configuration, and definitely that's not a restriction for anyone to go beyond that. Since because this is a launch and everyone pretty much there to the kind of configurations we asked. Some of them are experimenting with better configurations more than what the defaults are put in place. So I think this gives scope for people to differentiate themselves while on while also making sure they're adhering to the standards. Also, giving more storage and RAM and CPU at a competing price that could what you could think. So yeah, the marketplace is pretty much open and they can price their own resources based on their own infra. Yeah, it depends on the use cases that you're looking for to use the server for. If it is just live stream, I'd say use default. If it is the live streaming users, there are more users, then use infra that is a bit better than default.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And I've been showing the screen share of the Omniflix Me to know what it looks like on the user end. This is one of the ones I'm currently leasing from the Flix crew. So thank you, Flix crew, for providing that info for me to lease. I know when they first went live, I was just panicking trying to grab one, and they were getting grabbed as fast as they were popping up there. So it was like a race to get on here. But no, that's amazing. And as far as the integrating this into Web 2, what do you see ahead as far as that goes, getting Web 2 users to see this technology for what it is, what it's capable of? What's your outlook for that lying ahead as far as integrating that?
Yeah, I'll quickly take this one. Like Daya mentioned, we have the media node infrastructure, and this can be used in multiple ways. Yeah, like Daya mentioned, the Lego block where AI generated content can just end up on the Omniflix media node, and from there it can be stored or used in any other way for publishing. Uh, when you're looking at Web 2 use cases, there are quite a lot. And in this case, because these are media centric, uh, Web 3 might, in some sense, be a layer to coordinate payments, coordinate efforts, coordinate resource sharing. But the actual use case is, media, right? And enterprise integrations with managed services, regional partners for expansion, and so on and so forth is what we look at when it comes to Web 2 organizations actually adopting this tech. But when it comes to Web3, from a consumer standpoint, creator standpoint, there are people that want to engage their community just with Web3 infra, be it decentralized or it can be decentralization is a degree, so you can like be less or more decentralized, but they just want to use the wallet infra. They just want to like drop an NFT in a live stream. They just want to like do things within the stream to engage, right? Or just store data like how you have it on Jackal. Maybe differences on the media node storage and Jackal storage in a bit or later. But in this case, you should be able to go ahead and utilize the media node for yourself or your projects. That is the idea.
Interesting. Nice. Yeah, I'd like to get into that Jackal conversation difference fund day. I don't know. We're running a bit late today. So those of you who are watching, waiting for the broadcast, it will go live as soon as we're done the conversation here today. But Dea and Sisla are kind enough to be here today to explain in greater detail what's going on. We're here for some questions. So I'd say probably last call to get some questions out there in the comments. If you have any more there, we'll certainly get to them. I'll maybe take a look on X. Sometimes the X questions don't come through here. But as far as monetization, that's a big part of it for a content creator. How do you see Omniflix bringing value as far as that path in itself for content creator? I explained, your catchphrase that you guys use, $0 to $100. I think is great because anybody that's put content on YouTube really understands what that means. So, what's monetization with this platform look to you guys, and how would you explain it to people wanting to use it?
Uh, yeah, again, I'll quickly take this and maybe then hand it over to the monetization is, in our case, like you said, Chris, tips are one. Omniflix takes 0%. The creator gets 100%. The gas fees is also extra. If you're getting tipped 100 flicks, you're getting the person that's sending you the tip, they're spending probably like 100 and point something flicks, right? So tips are one, ads are another. I'll probably let that take over on the ads part, but you can run a broadcast, you can run a TV channel. Imagine all that you can do with it, right? If there is a Cosmos TV, you can probably sell slots to projects, and quite a lot can be done. But more on the ads part, the it'll be great if you can share.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as we discussed earlier, that using the dynamic programming and the slot structure, you can technically pretty much sell ad inventory for you to monetize the screen space. The same time, yeah, we have integrations with YouTube for you to make sure you monetize from YouTube as well, and at the same time, yeah, maybe Meta, Facebook, and XYZ will be integrated as well. So we pretty much have all of the integrations in place for for the studios that we already work with, because we do mid rolls on the fly for YouTube as well, and there are a bunch of automated tools that help you monetize more. So yeah, as of now, as it said, right, you can technically run monetized broadcast, or leased out, I mean, advertisement driven broadcasts. Then tipping, obviously, that's a default feature that we already have, and maybe in future you have gated streams where you can let creators buy NFT or something, or hold something, and only then they can watch. All of these will be rolled out maybe in coming days, coming months at the same time, for you to monetize much better. So yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Well, you're monetized quite well, in my opinion. So if you're making it better, that's fantastic, because this has been the easiest platform to receive anything that somebody does send you for your contributions by far. So yeah, it's amazing that you guys are doing that, and multi denominational too. You guys have integrated several other Coreum assets. Coreum being one of those assets, so that people from other communities can come here and use the asset that they might prefer to use, or if they have it in their wallet already, it just makes it easy. And then for token gating, for community building, there you go. So if you hold a certain token, that could be the key to get into certain videos that might unlock rewards, or for the alpha, or whatever it is that's hidden behind that locked door. So a ton of potential for growth there. Articulate anything you want to jump in on there?
Oh, I just wanted to pitch this. I know that you guys mentioned the media node and compare it to GitHub. Can you tell me more about like somebody who probably has no idea what the implications are or the comparison is? Like GitHub has code, Omniflix has a media node. Like what does that basically mean in the smallest terms, and the impact it will have on, say, the creator community, just like how the GitHub has an impact on the developer community?
Yeah, I mean, I'll quickly take this. The analogy there would be GitHub is a single source of truth or a repository to store your code, right? So coders have what is GitHub to store their code. What do creators have in order to store their media into a single source of truth, as a single repository, maintain a single repository? It might be Google Drive. Sometimes it is AWS, right? Sometimes it is, something else. So all of these later, we felt that the comparison with GitHub is in one direction, where you're able to actually store that content, maintain the single source of truth. Now, if that is the most fundamental thing that you can do, what else can you do with it? Here you can store your content, tag it with AI. I mean, with AI or not, like, you can tag it. you should be able to make sure you use that tagging, maybe in a broadcast, maybe to publish onto other platforms, maybe for you should be able to use all of this single source of truth, right? Like this repository, plug it into an LLM or a model that understands what you're plugging in, and simply analyze your past content, make sure you produce cuts, repurpose, edits, and all of that, just using this content that's stored in the media node. So when we compare the media node and with GitHub, we are talking about being able to build that single source of truth. Now the other aspects of the media node are being able to distribute. Like one is manage, the other aspects are for you to distribute and monetize. And we discussed about monetization just earlier. And when it comes to distribution, of course, it is the distribution not just onto Omniflix TV, but also onto YouTube, X, and every other platform, while being able to again monetize not only on Omniflix TV, but also on platforms like YouTube and X, right? So this is what we offer, and this is what we mean when we say, a full stack media suite where there is, something for every type of video content creator. Right?
Thank
I
you.
hope that answers. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
No, that's great. And what's your ideal user right now? Like as far as Omniflix, just bringing this online. What type of user are you looking for? I guess right now to take advantage of this platform, and which platform as a destination are you trying to focus on to engage those users? As far as integrating it into Omniflix, I guess. Like I'm using X and YouTube, for example, but you got many other destinations that this could go to, right?
Correct. That's right. The ideal typical user would be someone that has been producing content to an extent, someone that already has a catalog of content, at least to start off with. Then there is another set of users, set of creators that go live on a daily basis and engage their community. That is another type. But at this point in time, we are focused on people with a catalog of content, specifically their own copyrighted content, and for them to higher shelf life content for them to run a broadcast or a TV channel, like broadcast that they can continue to run. This is where we see max monetization happening, because in the repurposing space of streams, there aren't any players as such. You can name any tool that might be known. In the repurposing space, in this broadcast space, there aren't many players as such. And here we are offering this entire solution, not just for a media company, but a creator. So anyone that intends to do a bit more with their content, right, is someone that is a good user. That is someone that we can talk to, and that is someone who needs and wants what we're building. So someone in that sense, say between 50 or sorry 5k subs on YouTube or 5k subscribers on YouTube, to say about 10k followers on Instagram, TikTok, these are the kinds of people that fully understand what we're doing, and that not just understand but see the need and want to use it. That is the persona of the stakeholder or creator, even if it is like drill down into what type of a creator we are looking at. Yeah.
Nice. Sorry about that. I was just actually getting the broadcast ready to go here. We are running a little bit late, so thank everybody for your patience. I'm just getting it ready to fire up here in the background. As soon as we're done here, we will go live. I don't see any questions from the crowd here. So, where do you see this going? You come a long ways in the 2 years I've been following you. Looking 5 years out. Where do you see this media stack going, and as far as integration, Web 2 to Web 3, how do you see this unfolding for Omniflix?
It'll be great if you can take this.
Definitely, I mean, like there is a lot to do for us, at least as we planned or the phases that we envision. I think since because this is the first stage of deep in media node, we'll be there with the infra. Now, with this in public, definitely be looking forward to the pool resources and maybe integrate intellectual property rights management as such. It could be managing your story rights or issuing your rights here, sending across multiple chains or sending by IBC or something like that. Those sorts here definitely we're focused on IP, but not primarily pretty much like what Story is doing. But our major focus will be in helping creators to distribute and monetize majorly. So we'll be adding more tools, more integrations for them to do all of these three. So yeah, definitely pretty much focused on what we're doing, and there is no swaying away things because the markets are still are something going on around. We're going, we're grinding and making sure to close deals with the studios, and there is bunch of things that might start once we we've launched the media node to all the studios because we've been still running the old media node for them and we haven't upgraded that yet, which is the studio node for the only studios as such. So yeah, well, definitely very much focused on onboarding multiple creators from other ecosystems as well. Help them use the tool because there is nothing that's stopping them from using infra. And yeah, definitely onboard multiple networks for them to serve their audience with the kind of media collateral that they are working on. As in case the brand zero, as the Christopher said, it could be on the base for them to distribute content and promote their content to the community. So pretty focused on onboarding creators and making sure the infra is being put to use and let them do whatever do the best.
Awesome. Well, if there's anything we can do to help get the message out there, we'll certainly do our part. You know how to find me here. I brought up on the screen. This is the second media node that we have leased here, and it is meant to distribute the broadcast, as you can see. There's a start button here. It's going to go live. I got an overlay text box here. I put a little message in there, and the destinations for that is just going to be going to Omniflix exclusively, and we're going to be hitting that button here right away. And you'll be able to flip over and see what content we have on there. And the exciting part about that in the last few days, I just kind of threw it up there. Is like I love music. I wish I was a musician because man, if I was a musician, the things I could do on Omniflix. But I love music nonetheless, and it's just a great way to integrate it. And every YouTube video I've ever done, whether it's music articulates allowed me to use, or a beat that I made on my own using AI, whatever, I get the same message every morning after I put up a video on YouTube saying this video can't be monetized, because there's this little clip in here, right? Is at any point, like whatever I put on my channel, is Omniflix going to give me the this can't be monetized memo?
Yeah, I mean, at some point in time, uh, there'll be requests. As an app, we'll have to be compliant, but as a media node, you can do whatever you want, and you can stream it to your own UI or your own app as well. So this way, tomorrow, if CCD has a TV app, right, or tv.ccd coreumconcepts.com, you should be able to go ahead and start streaming whatever you want without any copyright or any infringement as such, because it's probably for a non-commercial use and only privately. Yeah.
But nonetheless, you're not going to email me anything, right? The most you can do is make it not visible on your
App.
dashboard display, right? But there's nothing you're going to send me. I don't even know if you have my email address, do you?
We don't. And right, like you rightly said, all that we can do is, in simple words, go ahead and just stop from it being displayed on our app, but not actually delete anything from the blockchain, right? Yeah.
And this is a whole other show I'd like to do with you guys here. But as far as that goes, you have something I found when we were doing the Frame Press testnet, something called Nucleus. That, correct me if I'm wrong, but that kind of addresses that specifically, doesn't it? You can kind of create your own Omniflix TV environment under your own brand and only populate what you want there. Is that how I'm? Is that right?
Yeah, like bingo. There aren't many people that know of this, and you've actually connected the dots right and quite well when it comes to Nucleus being used to solve this problem. Yeah, Nucleus is the white labeled solution that Omniflix offers, and the first implementation in the Web3 world has gone live for Akash. Akash EDU, their program is a white labeled implementation of Omniflix TV, and it is more like a Coursera where you have courses and people can engage, take those courses and get their course completion certificate. But in your case, it can just be a media portal, probably for the entirety of the Coreum ecosystem, where the first ever meme that was created for the Coreum community, if it's still there, that's lore. So yeah.
That's amazing, amazing. Like I said, I can go on for hours about this stuff with you guys. I really appreciate the time you've spent with us here today. We are going to flip that broadcast switch, which, like I said, last couple of days, people from the community have sent me some clips to put on here, some music. Really excited to mix it up a bit with that. I encourage more of the same. If you're a musician out there or an NFT artist that's got a video clip with some music to the background, send it my way. In the first few days here, this stream is going to be running 24/7. I'll throw it in the rotation. You're going to get some free airtime out of it, and it's just that's how I see Coreum Community DAO bringing value using this platform. Right? Is this us having that infrastructure here, so anybody in the community can say, hey. I don't know how to use this infrastructure. I don't want to know how to use the infrastructure, but I got this content I really like to get out to the community. That's the portal that we have for you, and eventually, as you heard earlier, you're going to be able to actually schedule that in, so you can say, hey, at 6 p.m. My show's coming on. So very exciting. So yeah, you're going to see some different videos coming up in the broadcast here shortly, and it's going to contain videos that we've done in the past, old podcasts that we've done in the past. And moving forward now, I'm going to be creating content with this all specifically in mind. So try not to have content that can get so dated. So it's not nobody cares about the market report from a year and a half ago, but it was kind of fun to see $30,000 Bitcoin in the live stream here the other day. So wasn't too far back after all, was it? But nonetheless, we got a couple hundred people watching us here today on the powerful tools that you guys have built. I don't want to shut this stream down until I've made sure have we covered everything that you guys wanted to get to today. That's the most important. I don't see any more questions. Hopefully we've answered any, but was there anything that you guys wanted to make sure we touch on before we shut down today?
Was there anything that you wanted to touch base on?
I think pretty much we've spoken all of. Now we covered all of the details what I'm getting. And, definitely looking forward. To create more content and do more shows. Victory definitely has been good experience with you. You're much obliged for your kind of support. So looking forward to your tests and the kind of experiment you do. Do share us your feedbacks and stuff. So we add and fix and make sure to bring it to all the creators. So looking forward for everyone to experiment and see what we build. At the same time, if you're creator, make sure to check out all of the tools that we built and if it finds right fit for you, please do use it and make sure to give your feedback.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
honestly, I just had one point, Chris. The questions that were asked, very specifically, the way they were put together, that in some sense shows your experience, both yours and articulates experience with using the infra first and then being able to ask, the right questions. So definitely that is something we appreciate. We appreciate your efforts in not just utilizing the infra, not just sharing feedback, but also in being able to spread the word, organizing all of these, actually being a part of our Flix Talk spaces every Wednesday, 2 to 3 p.m. UTC. So those were things that really made the difference in being able to connect with Coreum community as a whole, and especially with Coreum Concepts DAO. So definitely, thank you for being a part and participating in the community, and we are very eager to see what the Coreum community and especially CCB has in store with Omniflix. Has in store for us. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited to see where this goes, and I'm putting the challenge out there. I have it on good authority that if the community shows a good, strong use case for how we're using the platform, engaging with what we're doing, engaging with the Coreum token that the team was kind enough to integrate onto Omniflix with us, that they may actually integrate this Coreum Community DAO token also, and that would be huge. It's on osmosis here now. Tradable there. Bibby has gone out. He's got it in 6 or 7 NFT DAOs there over on Stargaze as a rewards token. So there's people that have never probably even heard of what we're doing over here that are getting that as a reward token just for holding Stargaze NFTs. So this is a big picture thing, and you guys are providing big infrastructure to make that big picture happen. So I really appreciate it, and I'm just really proud to be part of this launch, and I can't wait to really explore how much value we can bring to the community and others to bring to their community from here forward. Articulate.
Yeah. Thank you guys for just the time sacrifices put into build this platform out and to see it through to where it's at so far and beyond. And happy to have found this. I this is like an answered prayer for me, and I was happy the day Chris was like, "Hey, you should go check this out." As a musician, I think there's something there for you. But I've just watched you guys growing as well, and grown with you, and also being a part of the storyline and the history that's been created today. And it's so not coincidental, I guess, but today is also the final vote on the Genius bill for stablecoins, and we're launching the media node officially. So it's a quite historic day, and this will go down as one of the times that people look back on and what was happening on this day. But we were here launching the media node and starting the future of Web3 media, the GitHub of media. So shout out to you and the team for what we're building together. I would say that, and just look forward to further iterations of this and all the exciting updates that's coming in the future as well.
Definitely. Glad to have been here with you all. Very excited to see the broadcast go live. Unfortunately, I don't think we should be able to do it simultaneously, Chris. So as soon as this broadcast ends, maybe the start button will be clicked. But definitely very eager to see this in action, and all the best to all of us. Yeah.
You don't think I could hit that start button now? I had in my mind I could, and I shouldn't be arguing with you, of course. But
because it's the same destination. We were wondering.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, because it's got 2 different streams.
It's 2 nodes.
Can I just hit it and see what
2
happens?
nodes.
Yeah,
please.
We did
You're also eager.
Oh, I can't click it on StreamYard. I got to go to the actual stream. There we go.
Yeah.
It's processing.
Correct.
Oh, it's taking a little longer than usual. It might mean I can't do it, I guess.
It's live.
It
is live.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Right on.
We tested it yesterday. See, we found another use case.
Perfect. This is perfect.
There we go.
We have the entire. I mean, a lot of infra being used right now. Although it seems like a lot, all of it is being handled by you, Chris. So that's the beauty.
I'm just pleased it's all working. My internet is stressing.
It's all handled by Nucleus?
No, it's all handled by, just Chris, no one else.
Yeah.
So just a single person handling everything. I think that's the beauty that the node and all the tooling the apps offer. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're really stressing out my connection. I'm not on my Starlink, unfortunately. I'm just on.
Oh, it's running, Chris.
Yeah, it's looking good. Nice.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, let's get this out of the way here. Uh, Great to see.
Sorry.
There is some tools coming ahead to allow for time slots in that, as the guys mentioned, and be able to curate things a little bit more detailed. Can't wait. It's bringing a ton of value to what we're doing here, and hopefully we're bringing that value to you guys too. If so, hit that like, share, hit the comments, get the word out. If you're a creator, want to learn more about this, this is probably one of the most approachable teams in Web3 you're ever going to find. But if they're busy that day, please reach out, articulate me, anybody at CCD. I'm more than happy to help you on your journey here. Stay tuned. I am going to be doing some tutorials on that, and I do have, like I said, I'm launching another personal channel there, Nomadic Phase 2, to cover my beautiful excursions on the west coast of North America here. And Articulate has his channel there also, with a ton of great music, some of which you're going to see on the broadcast here today. And after we're done here, I'm going to gather a couple more clips and throw them in the rotation as they go. So if there's any musicians, content creators out there that want to get your clip in this inaugural broadcast for CCD TV, now's the time. One thing I like what you guys have coined is unstoppable streams. I went 5 days straight. My laptop was off much of that time. A lot of that time, it just keeps on chugging. That's powerful stuff. You can't stop us now, man. We're on Omniflix. We're unstoppable.
It's funny. It's funny you said you can't stop us. Unstoppable streams, us. So that's dope. Like, there's a lot you could do with that marketing wise.
We see Articulate the rapper, taking the stage here.
Yes.
And we're
Right
done.
on.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap things up on this side, guys. Everybody here, there is going to be the broadcast. It's running simultaneous here now. Feel free to check that out. It's going to be looping. And if you want to get yourself on there as far as content creator or an advertiser, you want to advertise on there, it's go time. We're not messing around. They're giving us the tools. We're going to use them. We're going to make the world a better place with that. So I appreciate everybody's support here along the journey. We're going to document it all, and I'm thankful for you guys being part of it. And I bought a whole bunch of CCD tokens the last few days to give away. So jump on that broadcast, get in the comments there. I've already given, I think, 30,000 tokens out in the testing part, and I'm going to give a bunch more out too. So hop on over there and we'll get some CCD tokens in your pocket. Thanks, everybody. Peace and prosperity to all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmed. Take care then.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Articulate. Yeah, bye-bye. Take care.
Oh, there we go.